Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. Back again for another stream on Sunday, as always, for the Kneejerk reaction stream. We'll be looking at Game Week 26, how it's gone so far. What's the end of Game Week 26? I don't think there's a game on Monday, is there?
No.
And then also looking ahead to Game Week 27, which is a quick turnaround because Tuesday deadline, it's a midweek fixture, so no letting up of the football. So yeah, what a big game week. I don't actually know how I done until I've got on the stream. So yeah, let's start off with my team. As you guys see on the screen, I made one free transfer, and that was Slot out for Glasner. I don't know how many points Slot got in the end, actually, because Slot might have been worth keeping. Right, let me just see how many points. Do you know how many he got? Was it?
Not sure.
I want to have a look now. Someone drop it in the chat. Let us know how many points Slot ended up on, because obviously Glasner's done a madness for me. We'll come on to that in a sec. So in goal, Pickford. I didn't really expect a clean sheet from Pickford, if I'm being honest. I know Man United going into the game were in poor form, but it looked like Man United were going to get pummeled. 2-0 up, but fair play to Man United. They fought back and they got a 2-2 draw in the end. So Pickford comes away with a 1 point. Into the back three, let's start with Gabriel. Jordan, you did say you had a feeling Arsenal could get a shock here. No one really saw it. I never saw this one coming. I thought Arsenal would win like 1-0, 2-0 in the end. But fair play for that one. That shout was a good shout. Gabriel obviously conceding with a 2-pointer. And yeah, no clean sheet for Arsenal. Moving on to Trent. There's a weird game with Trent because Doku, you may have, if you watched the game, he got at Trent, a lot of times in that game. He went past Trent a lot of times. But then once he got past Trent, Doku, he didn't really do anything with the ball. He just sort of went back or passed it and turned off. He tried to shoot, but he got blocked. So I don't think Trent was great defensively. Like, it's hard to say because we kept a clean sheet, Liverpool. But I think Trent definitely could have, Doku definitely went past him quite many times for my liking. But, Trent comes up with another clean sheet. We know Liverpool's defense has a different sort of performance in the second half because Liverpool just said to City, come and try score in the second half, and they couldn't. They break the Liverpool defense down, which I was impressed to see that different side of the game for Liverpool because I've said a couple of times now, Liverpool defense they need to show they can keep clean sheets, and I was glad to see Liverpool keeping that clean sheet. So Trent 6 points, I'm very happy with that. Robinson on the other hand, with Fulham. Just a 1-pointer from him in the 2-0 loss, which I'm happy about in the end because obviously I backed Palace and yeah, they won 2-0 and yeah, happy to see obviously Glasner, who we'll come on to in a sec. In the midfield four, there's just one guy saving that entire midfield, and I'm sorry guys, it's Salah perma cap from now on. There's no one I'm going to put the captaincy. Next week some people are saying Palmer. Forget about it. It's going to be on Salah for the rest of the season, in my opinion, unless there's injuries or something like that. Game week 29, obviously Salah doesn't have a fixture, so other than that, I'm on perma cap Salah, I think. Let's start off with Salah. He just played. What a game in terms of FPL as well, saving my team. Obviously, Salah getting the goal, he getting the assist, he gets a clean sheet point, he gets the 3 points bonus. So he comes away with obviously 14 points. And obviously, as a captain, 28 points. So massive haul for Salah. I don't know how many double-digit hauls that is now for Salah this season. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of double-digit hauls. I think now that's 11 games this season where he's scored and assisted in the same match, which is a new record. So yeah, I don't know what to make of Salah anymore. Like, for me, he's the best FPL player ever, easily, in terms of how the consistency. It's another 200-point season for him. I think that's now, I don't know how many seasons with 200 points. So yeah, just mad. Yeah, well, there's nothing really else to say about Salah. The guy's just unbelievable at this moment in time. Moving on to the rest, Clive Dango didn't pay off. I think that one was a bit of a mad one because Bournemouth very early on, I think 30 minutes in, Zabani got a red card, and that obviously changed the game down to 10 men. And Wolves ended up actually winning 1-0, which I didn't see it coming, to be fair. I thought Bournemouth would win. But obviously, when that red card happens, the game changes. And yeah, I thought it was a red card. And yeah, unfortunately, a blank for Bournemouth. Palmer. Yeah, there's been a bit of a chat out amongst Palmer. Do we get rid of him? Not performing at the same level as he was since the turn of the year. Another blank from him. However, I still think I want to keep him for the next two because he plays Leicester and Southampton. Nice fixtures. So if he doesn't score in those two, I could be open to getting rid of Palmer. But for now, very disappointed in Palmer. But I think I'm not gonna sell him. I don't think I'll give him another couple games. Moving up top, Watkins obviously played against Palmer, a blank in that one. Aston Villa did win 2-1. I think Asensio got both the goals. Howler from the Chelsea goalkeeper yet again. Obviously, this one wasn't Sanchez, it was Jorgensen. 89th minute, Howler, and gifts Villa the 3 points, which was a pretty poor goalkeeping. Isak, Chris Wood, obviously they played against each other. And what a game. I didn't really watch the entire game, but I watched the last like 15, 20 minutes, and Forest were all over. You saw Newcastle near the end, but I know the first half it was a game of two halves. Newcastle completely dominated for the first half, I heard, and obviously Forest come back to 4-3. But Isak, he's another like Salah for me. Like you just can't get rid. He's got 19 Premier League goals, I think, this season, which is pretty mad when you think about it. If Salah wasn't doing what he's doing, we were looking at Isak, with these goals. Another 2 from him, penalty. And then also he gets the other one, and that's 50 Premier League goals, I think, for Isak now in 76 appearances, I believe. So he's another fantastic player and having a fantastic season. And yeah, that's now 19, just overtaken Chris Wood as well, who's the other partner striker that I have in my team. Chris Wood, unfortunately, didn't score. I don't know how he played, if he had many chances. I didn't watch much of the first half. But he comes away with the 5 point now. I don't know if that's is that for an assist? I think it is.
Yes.
So he didn't blank completely. He did pick up an assist. So we'll take that. And then the big swing for me this week, I think saved me from maybe a red. I'm not sure, but I think the manager played a big part in me getting a green arrow. And that is Glasner. Obviously, I took out Arne Slot, who I was not sure about if he's going to win. Obviously, Liverpool end up winning anyway. So I'll have to find out what Slot did do. But Glasner, obviously, table bonus is massive. He won 2-0 as well, got a clean sheet as well, and the table bonus. You can't really ask for more. 20-pointer, massive, massive swing. I know Potter, fair play to him. He got like 18, 19 points, I think. Pereira as well, getting good points because they beat Bournemouth in table bonus game. So most of the table bonus managers did do quite well, to be fair. But yeah, happy with my choice with Glasner. And now it's 84 points for me this week, all out. And yeah, it's another green arrow, which I can't complain. 445k, gaining momentum. I feel like I'm starting to get some greens going after a difficult season, I think. At the start, I was stuck around that 1 million mark for weeks. Now into the 400. We'll see how it goes. Still a long way to go. Still another 10 or so or 11 game weeks left. And yeah, I'm looking forward to how it goes. We'll take a few questions of you guys. Drop them in the chat. Also like the stream, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll come on to your team, Jordan, in a sec.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. Ezra says, didn't Captain Salah, man, still managed to score 103 points with bonus? Fair play. Salah perma captain from now, man. No fun.
Yeah, it is no fun because for us, like in this certain rank, around 2 million or 1 million, how do you climb rank if Salah keeps scoring?
Did Mbeumo? What? I mean, you went Mbeumo, didn't you? I mean, what did he get in the end? Salah. Wissett, right? Salah outscored him again, didn't he?
He did. Only Isak was the only one to outscore Salah this week.
Yeah. And I mean, Nottingham Forest I didn't expect Nottingham Forest to concede 4 goals. To be fair, Nottingham Forest have been very good defensively, so that was a bit of a surprise one as well. Manish got 62 points with Salah captain plus bonus points. Since Haaland didn't play, will I get Enzo or Ahmad first sub? You will get Enzo because obviously Ahmad wasn't involved. 84 points this week. Says Roman, which is same as me. even with doing slot to Arteta, assistant manager, why did I go with him? I don't know. I was so big on Wolves and bottled it, doing Watkins to Cunha, paid off nicely. Now what to do with Arteta? Yeah, Arteta's a big one. I was never too keen on going with Arteta personally. I just thought, yes, they could win, but they don't score. Arsenal won't, even if they did win, they wouldn't be winning 3-4-0 because they are quite toothless, I think, up top. But maybe it's hindsight, but I don't know. I think you probably want to get rid of Arteta. I mean, Forest now midweek, that's a tough game for Arsenal. George, let's move on to your team. Obviously, you had a pretty good week in terms of the point, 89 points for you. Talk us through how it went. Obviously, you were one that didn't captain Salah, but you still got a green in the end.
Yeah, it was still a green. It was a much bigger green till Salah obviously scored big again, and it sort of mitigated the green arrow. But yeah, you'll see partly why I'm annoyed at it, because I could have potentially scored 100 points this week. But let's begin with obviously the same goalkeeper, Pickford. Even though it says 1 point there, he did in fact get 3. He did make at least 5 saves, in which got him the 1 point.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
So yeah, it is 3 points for Pickford.
There's 3 points.
Apparently, yeah. According to the FPL website, it says 3 points. He made 5 saves, which is 1, and the minutes he played.
I mean, I'm on the phone, like my app,
and it says 1.
Yeah, it says 1 point.
That's what's a bit confusing with the FPL system at the moment. The points keep returning, deducting.
Where do you what about live FPL? Because Pickford's on 1 point.
Live FPL is exactly the same. For me, it says 3.
That is strange.
That's why I'm confused with the FPL system with points. They keep changing and updating after matches.
But yeah, he's definitely on 1 point, Pickford.
So yeah, because that's what I put down when I updated this slide before we went live. It was 1 point, but suddenly it's changed to 3. I'm not sure. We've got to obviously see later on if that changes or not. But obviously moving on to the back 3, Hoyson with 2. We know he has 2 points because obviously Bournemouth did lose. Well, not lose. They won 3-1 against Bournemouth, against Southampton. Sorry, without keeping a clean sheet, unfortunately. Always seems to be at Southampton score at least 1 goal against any opponent they face, no matter who it is. So a bit unfortunate to miss out on the clean sheet there from Hoyson. But the big one at the back is Munoz with the 13 points, where he obviously got a goal and also got the clean sheet. He did pick up a yellow card though, which is a shame, missing out on the point. And he also got a bonus 2 on top of that. So it was a massive haul for those who have Munoz in their team. And we're saying how Crystal Palace have sort of changed a new face of their obviously form, and yeah, finally Munoz gets a nice attacker return, which is a goal, which is I think his 3rd goal of the season. And yeah, nice double haul from him at the back, saved me for the green arrow. Next to him is Trent with 6 points. We discussed him with the clean sheet against Man City. And it looks like when and truly Liverpool are on the way to winning the title, with that gap now increased between Arsenal and them. They're looking pretty good at the moment. I don't think Trent got any bonus points, so just a clean sheet for this round. Moving on to the midfield. So this is where obviously there's a bit more pointage. Palmer again, blanks again. Obviously questions whether you keep him or not. We've discussed that. With the fixtures, it's hard to get rid of him now. I think if you didn't do it soon, you're better off keeping him in the team and seeing what he does the next 2 game weeks. But yeah, quiet from him. From honest, not really much involvement. He had a half chance here and there in the match, but Chelsea did lose the game 2-1 in the end. Moving on to Mbeumo, who was the big man for Brentford, getting the goal, the assist and the clean sheet with the bonus points again, with that 4-0 win over Leicester. And I sort of saw this coming, as Leicester have been struggling to do anything against any team, with Ruud van Nistelrooy as their newish manager, still not getting the results. And yeah, big win for obviously Brentford, and you sort of see why the double Brentford attack paid off nicely. And obviously we discussed Salah, and annoyingly I vice captained him just to go different for this week against Man City. He still manages to get a goal and the assist, so yeah, there's no stopping Salah at the moment. It seems it's hard to really back against him if he's doing this against Man City. If he could do it against Man City, he could do it against any team in the Premier League. It seems like at the moment, and it's become annoying in terms of FPL. But it's nice to see, obviously, Salah having the best season of his career at Liverpool. Moving on to Clivert, who obviously blanks. I think from that Zabani red card, that sort of mitigated Bournemouth's attack in that game, and Wolves went on to win that game 1-0. He only played about 72 minutes as well, Clivert, before coming off. And yeah, no goal involvement whatsoever from them. Only 2 points. Moving up front, obviously Chris Wood picking up an assist with the 5 points. So he somehow got something out of that game despite not the Forest scoring 3 of the goals. He wasn't really that much involved. It was more the play was around him. Newcastle, the first half, were really good. And it's like they played the Uno reverse card, not the Forest, because the second half, they were all over Newcastle. I'm not sure what happened to them. They sort of lost the ability to play football, and Nottingham Forest almost found their way back into the game. I think if they had more extra time at the end, they could have potentially drew that game against Newcastle the way it was going. It was a shame that the match ended as it did 4-3 in the end against Newcastle. And obviously speaking about Newcastle, Isaac again does the big business of scoring the 2 goals. Potentially could have had a hat trick in that game. And this is why he's on the knee-jerk reaction thumbnail. Never thought this would be the score. If I'm honest, I thought Newcastle would struggle, even though it's a home fixture for them. And yeah, it was one of the best games I watched at the weekend, I think, this fixture. So it was nice to see. Obviously, Isaac scored the 2 goals. It wasn't a very clinical, clean 2 goals, but there were 2 goals nonetheless. And finally, the Wissa shout for captaincy. It did pay off. It could have paid off big if I did go in Burma, who did outscore Wissa, but I'm still happy that he scored the goal and got the bonus 2 points in the end as well in that game, with the obviously 16 points of captaincy. So not too bad. Could have wished for a bit more, just slightly, maybe 1 goal, 1 assist, but I'll take the 16 points for Wissa. On the bench, not really much to talk about, apart from Mikulenkovic, who did score 1 of the goals for Nottingham Forest in the end. He was on -2 prior to that goal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, only 5 points missed off the bench isn't too bad. The rest, obviously, Mikulenko blanking with 1 point, Rogers with 2, and Vardy Martin with 0. And this is the disappointment. The assistant manager, which was my last week to use it, McKenna, I swapped out Potter, as you know, in the deadline stream, and decided to go for McKenna, who only scored 1 point. Because in the end, it wasn't Ipswich's day against Spurs. They lost 4-1 in the end. So I have a total regret of switching, obviously, Potter to McKenna after raving about, obviously, West Ham potentially getting a result against Arsenal. So that is my downfall, I think, for this game. He's going with the wrong assistant manager for the last time. But apart from that, it is a green arrow nonetheless. 89 points. Could have potentially been 100 plus if I chose the right manager, but it's still a green arrow nonetheless. I think it's a 200k one. It could have been like a 500k before Salah scoring and getting the assist, but it's a green arrow nonetheless. I am slowly climbing.
Are you going to be on permacap, Salah, from now, or are you still going to try take chances where you can if you see fixtures, etc.?
It's difficult because if I don't captain Salah, it could leave me more bother in terms of the ranks. So it's something I have to really think about, I think, in the next few game weeks. At least for blank game week 29, we can captain someone else. But obviously before that, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll get the thoughts. We'll get the thoughts of the chat as well.
Because I think, realistically, Isaac is the only one that really outscores Salah in some weeks. There's not really another player that does it.
And even then, because Salah's a midfielder, he gets the extra point as well, which is big. He gets a clean sheet point, which the strikers don't get. I personally don't think it's worth it. I think Salah is permacap now because this is what season he's having. He's on 41 goals and assists this season. The record in the Prem is 47. That's in Shearer in a 42-game season. So, yeah, I just think this season Salah's having it's an all-timer season. So I'm not looking to switch to anyone else, to be fair, but we'll see. Hold on, let's see. Which one? We're on this comment. At least in Game Week 29, we can't captain Salah. So there's that. Yep. Salah does blank in Game Week 29. Hello, everyone. 84 points. My captain disappearing as usual. I've got to captain Salah for the rest of the games. Keep Glasner or move to Spurs manager. I haven't even looked at the fixtures. I think I've got my assistant managers finished now. So you're going to get it for 3 game weeks. But Glasner has Villa. I would be tempted to keep it. You still get table bonus that game, right?
Between Villa and Crystal Palace. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see, Palace get something. So I would be tempted to leave it on Glasner. Spurs manager. Who have Spurs got?
Man City. At home. Spurs.
Yeah, where would you go? I think I'd go Glasner, so I'll just leave it on Glasner.
I'll stick with Crystal Palace, I think, against Villa. Not too sure with Spurs. Can't trust them.
At least benching Palmer for Rashford was great. I reckon Palmer will score 2 goals minimum in the next 2. He better do. Palace Villa predictions. I don't know, actually. I mean, it's going to be a tough one. I could see a draw potentially. Who knows? Wouldn't be surprised. Palace have been really playing quite well. I think I'll be impressed. 3 wins in the last 5 for Palace now. And Villa, 1 win in their last 5. So
I can see both teams scoring in that for sure. Because both teams are striving for a win. That's Aston Villa's first win in 5. So they'll be wanting to get more behind them. But it's going to be tough away at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'd keep on Glasner. I wouldn't be surprised if they do nick something. Thoughts on using 2 free transfers to do Arteta and Rodgers to Glasner, Pereira, and Bowen, Bruno, as Rodgers blanks in 29 and getting a table bonus manager to make up for the Arteta disaster. Yeah, I don't hate doing a table bonus manager for sure. And Rodgers, he does blank in 29, so I'm not against taking out Rodgers, to be fair. So yeah, don't mind that. 92 points, had Munoz on the bench as well. Says Q braces.
Shame.
Harry also 92 all out, up to 120k. Going Wolves with assistant manager next. Do you reckon Glasner to Pereira or Postecoglou? Who's Pereira got? Fulham.
Fulham, they have...
Pereira's not a bad shout against Fulham. But I think the red card definitely helped them out. I'm still bullish on Palace against Villa.
Yeah, Fulham got Wolves away.
Leaning towards going Pereira and Bowen, says Roman. I like Glasner still.
But... yeah. I would probably stick to him because Crystal Palace's form really good at the moment. Don't really see them dropping.
Nice cube. Taking out Isak for Cunha this week. Wolves fixtures are crazy good. Yeah, I do like Wolves fixtures as well too. I was going to actually mention Cunha. I mentioned Cunha actually ahead of this week. And obviously Cunha went and scored. So yeah, fair play if you go Cunha. I think the fixtures are nice. I'm just looking at the fixtures now for Wolves. Who do they have next? Wolves have Leicester at home, which is a nice fixture for them, I think. No, sorry, Fulham at home. Then Everton at home, then Southampton away, then West Ham at home, then Ipswich away. So they've got some nice fixtures up until like 31. So Cunha for the next 4 or 5 games. Not a bad shout.
Taking out Isak is big though. I mean, I contemplated taking out Isak, but that was before he scored the 2 goals against Nottingham Forest today.
I don't think I'm taking him out personally, Isak.
No, it's really hard to take a player like that out.
Because let's be honest. Let's pull up his fixtures. I'll let you. What's his fixtures coming up? What's it like? He can score against Liverpool even.
Yeah, against
Like,
Liverpool.
he could score against us. West Ham, that's a good game. Brentford, Leicester, United, Palace. These are easy games for Isak, in my opinion. For me, he's been the best striker in the league. Oh, alongside Wood Wood and both, but he's actually outscored Wood by a point, by a goal. Sorry. So, and he has a double. Do you really want to take him out with one transfer and then use a second transfer to bring him back in? I don't think it's worth it to use 2 transfers on a player back in and out, personally. But obviously, he has a blank in 29, which a lot of people are looking at. Could you get rid? But with the form he's showing, it is tough to get rid of him.
Yeah, depending how much you bought him in for as well. He's 9.5. He started off at 8.5, I believe, at the start of the season.
Yeah.
So consider the amount of money it will take to bring in.
I think I got him in for like 8.8 when I bought him a while back. He has so many price rises since then. So yeah, there you go. That's Jordan's bus team. I'll let you read out your bus team anyway for Gameweek 27 and early transfer plans.
Yeah, so Ingar got Pickford, who's got obviously clashes with Mbeumo because he's got Brentford away. So I don't think that's avoidable. I think we'll have to go with that. Back 3 currently it's Huijsen, Munoz, and Trent. Not really appealing, the fixtures at the back, but again, it's one of those weeks. I think there's not going to be that high scoring for defenders. Midfield 4, we've got Mbeumo, Palmer, Salah, and Kluivert. Obviously, Palmer has Southampton at home, which is like an appealing fixture for those who still have him in the team. It'll be interesting to see what those
Captain?
do out.
Anyone? Captain, shout. Palmer?
I mean, regrettably, I used to triple captain on Palmer when he had Southampton, which was away. But didn't really pay off for me. I don't think I'll be going Palmer captain just because of Salah being the king goat at the moment. So it's hard. I think just owning Palmer alone is enough because a lot of people are taking him out from the frustration of him not scoring. But obviously in Mbeumo, Salah, obviously will have the captain over him. And Kluivert, not sure what to do with Kluivert. I only really wanted him for the Southampton game, but again, he's a questionable one to discuss. And then the front 3 is Isak, Wood, and Wissa, who really have tough games. Isak have Liverpool, Wood. Arguably, you could say that's tough because Arsenal still defensively don't let in that many goals in terms of conceding. And Wissa has Everton, which again, Everton don't really let in that many goals, apart from obviously letting in 2 against Man United. But still a tough game to break down Everton at the back. And then currently on the bench, you've got Rodgers, Milenkovic, and Mikalenko, which again, it's a tough bench. I mean, Rodgers is probably the easiest fixture there. Milenkovic against Arsenal at home. Even though I don't see Arsenal scoring still, without having the reliance on Havertz and Saka, using a makeshift forward doesn't really work for them. I could be tempted to play Milenkovic. Mikalenko has Brentford away. I see potentially Brentford scoring, so I don't think I'll be playing Mikalenko anyway during this fixture. I have Pickford anyway as cover in case if that happens. But yeah, the captain looks like it's going to be on Salah. I don't think that's no really arguments there. I think a lot of people will go there after his big win against Man City. But yeah, the assistant manager chip is now finished for me. That's the last week. It's now finished, so I haven't got that anymore. I've only got the bench boost, the free hit left in terms of my chip strategy. In terms of the transfer plans, though, I'm in 2 minds because there's not really anyone I want to take out from this team, and I don't really want to make a transfer either this week because I only have 1.
Could just roll.
Yeah, it's potentially a team that I could just roll onto next week. But I don't really need to really do much, I think, for this team. I think it's fine the way it is. Maybe the bench players could be swapped out for others in the 11, but apart from that, I think I might look like
who are you looking to sell Isak for? Who are you looking to bring in if you were going to do it?
If I was going to do it, two players in mind. It was either going to be Beto or Mateta.
Okay.
One of those two as a replacement for Isaac. But after today, watching him against Nottingham Forest, who have proven that they sometimes can be hard to break down, it's hard to back against Isaac this season. He's having a great season so far. And
it's like Salah, Isak, Wood. The way you're scoring goals, it's hard to like just ignore that, I think.
Yeah, it is. They're hard to sell and get rid of because they can punish you a lot if you do. So, yeah, you kind of are stuck with them.
Let me share my screen. Just one more second. I have no idea what I'm doing either, to be fair, in terms of transfers. So let's have a look. This is my boss team. So same. I've got Pickford in goal. I'm back three of Robinson, Gabriel, and Trent. I don't really see any clean sheets, if I'm being honest. I mean, Robinson against Wolves, possible. Gabriel Forest, I don't see a clean sheet, but who knows? And Trent against Newcastle at home. It is at Anfield, but I think Liverpool kept a clean sheet today, but I think Newcastle will be a tougher game for them. The way the threat they have with Isak. Midfield 4, Salah captain. I think that's pretty locked. I don't see me moving it. Palmer has a nice fixture against Southampton. I've got double Bournemouth, Dango and Clivert, who play Brighton out away. So I'm not sure how I feel about that after that their last game. But as I said, that red card definitely impacted that game. So I'm not fussed playing a double Bournemouth. Then up top, I've got Wood, Isak, and Watkins. Wouldn't be against selling Watkins, if I'm being honest. I could bring in someone like Cunha for Watkins. I mean, Watkins is Palace away. Then he has Brentford away, and then he has a blank. So I'm not completely against. Watkins is the one. If I was to take anyone out, I'll probably downgrade Watkins to Cunha. But yeah, I'll have to decide if I make that move. Sorry, who has Watkins got again? I'm sorry, Watkins, Cunha.
Got
Fulham. So yeah, it's not an easy game. Fulham at home, but maybe next week. Maybe I keep Watkins for 1 week. Maybe I just roll and then bring in Cunha when he plays Everton next week. Possibly, I want to see how Everton do. Obviously, Everton are playing well under Moyes, sort of turned their season around. I could just roll. When I look at my team, there's nothing specific that I need to do. Obviously, I've got the 1.5 million back now because slot was 1.5. I've got that money back into the bank. I could upgrade Dango or Clivert, possibly. Let me know any suggestions, guys, with my team, what you do. But for now, I think I might just roll. And I haven't rolled in weeks, it feels like. I've either taken a transfer or taken a hit, but yeah.
I quite like the looks of Mateta in the next two before his blank when he has Aston Villa and Ipswich at home. Both fixtures which look good for him. And good run of form in the last 3 game weeks against Everton, Man United, Fulham. All returns from there. Seems to be on a great amount of form. 11 goals a season so far.
How many goals has Mateta got? 11?
11.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
So he's breaking obviously the double haul of goals.
Palace have a double coming up, don't they, as well?
Yeah, in 32. It is a tough one against Man City and Newcastle. Both
I'm
away.
definitely going to bring in a Mateta, I think, for that week, possibly.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would be tempted to bring Mateta in because think about it. If you already have him early on, you can get on the points that you can potentially get from before that double. And if you look at the free hit in 29 anyway, you'll have him after that free hit has ended.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Mateta, I definitely like him for the double. It's not the best double, but Man City, they do concede goals. Newcastle concede goals as well. So, Mateta's a shout to looking ahead to a double game week. Sold Enzo, benched João Pedro, who finally scored. Jordan, I don't know if you saw it, but he got his goal.
I did see that, yeah.
Didn't get Mbermo and Cunha, got Trossard and Monieri instead. Damn. Yeah, I'd never liked the double Arsenal. I think we said don't go for the double Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Burma and Cunha both scored, and obviously Trossard and Money. I think you got to get rid of Trossard personally. I wouldn't back having double Arsenal at this moment. Just don't score enough goals for me.
I would honestly get rid of both. I mean, the way Arsenal are at the moment, they're going to struggle for goals. Their fixtures are not favourable either. I'd be surprised. You might see Waneri get a goal here and there, if that.
What is Arsenal's? What is their fixtures like?
Their fixtures are very dodgy.
The next 5 look quite tough, to be fair. I mean, Forest away, Man United away, now back-to-back away. Chelsea at home, Fulham at home. There's 2 London derbies back-to-back after that. Yeah, it is at home. And then Everton away, who's shown some good form. Brentford, Ipswich, Palace, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Liverpool. They've got some tough games, but yeah, I wouldn't definitely get rid of one. I think you can keep Waneri if you don't want to take a hit or anything. Just get rid of Trossard, I would say, or Waneri, one of them.
Yeah, because West Ham was one of their easiest games, and that's obviously the one they lost. So
that was a shock, though. Like,
yeah,
I was surprised with that one.
I wasn't completely surprised at the result, but half expecting something to happen against maybe a draw at best for West Ham, but a win. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, fair. You did call it. You did say, you can see West Ham getting something.
Yeah.
I am doing Watkins to Cunha as well. Yeah, could be a shout. What do you lads think for going for Bowen or Bruno Fernandes? Yeah, I mean, Bruno Fernandes scored a great free kick. Bowen also scored a header against Arsenal. I mean, looking at their fixtures, let me share my screen. If you want to change, 1 second.
Just for me, I wouldn't pick Bruno or Man United player.
Let me have a look. These are the fixtures, guys. Can you see that a bit better? Yeah. And these are next sort of 5 fixtures. Bowen, right? What have they got next? Leicester. To be fair, West Ham's run is nice. You see at the bottom of the screen, guys. Leicester at home, Newcastle at home, Everton away, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home. It's not a bad run. If you back a Bowen, I personally wouldn't go there yet. I still don't trust West Ham. I wouldn't be surprised if they go and get a draw or something against Leicester. They'll probably win. But I'm not so keen on Bowen when I think there's much better value out there for the money you're gonna pay to get him. But yeah, I think I wouldn't go with Bowen. What about you, Jordan? Obviously, did you watch the Arsenal game? Obviously, he got the goal, nice header.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good result and good play from West Ham. Even Wan-Bissaka getting a double haul in that game for the assist and the clean sheet. I wouldn't hate backing against West Ham, especially against Leicester, who conceded 4 against Brentford. And I think Lewis Potter doing the business he did do at Brighton and obviously Chelsea, I think he can work those fixtures out really well. And you could potentially get some more results from Bowen and maybe other players. But I think I would rely on probably going for Bowen than Bruno Fernandes. I do prefer West Ham over Man United, despite where they are on the table. Just Man United aren't consistent. There's no chemistry. I mean, with West Ham, you see more chemistry and teamwork than you would at Man United, who probably have the worst in the Premier League at the moment. So, yeah, I think for 1 week punt, Bowen seems good against Leicester.
Yeah, no, I don't hate that fixture, to be fair. But Newcastle Everton is not the easiest for goals, I don't think. But yeah, maybe West Ham do sort of turn it around because they have had a difficult season, West Ham. Bruno, on the other hand, I'm not keen on him personally. I mean, the next 5 isn't easy. And there's 2 nice ones in there. Ipswich for Bruno could be nice, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno gets a goal or 2. Leicester away is a good fixture, I think, for Bruno. Arsenal, who knows? Old Trafford, if they Man United decide to turn up. Nottingham Forest, City as well. But I personally would avoid Man United assets because you don't know what you're going to get with them. They could go ahead and win it against Forest or Arsenal. You never know. But they can also go and lose convincingly. I just think they're a flip of a coin what you're going to get with United. So I wouldn't go there myself.
Yeah, I mean, watching Man United play is painful. It's shocking sometimes to watch how deteriorated the team is comparatively to what players they have. I certainly am not looking at any Man United play in terms of FPL going into my team.
Graham Potter masterclass, says Michael. Yep.
Yeah.
What a performance from his team, and 19 points I think it was in the end for Potter. So yeah, as a Liverpool fan, very happy to see the Hammers prevail. Best differential forward next to other than Cunha? Good question.
Well,
any differential forwards, Jordan? I would have said Nkunku at Chelsea, but nah, it's not worth going there because they've got some nice games. Southampton and Leicester. Nkunku, could he be the one, Jordan?
I'm more favourable with Beto at 4.3% ownership, and he's really cheap at 5 mil. He's had a mad run. He's literally
how many goals is he on?
How many goals is he on? He's on about 6, but
6,
5 of them have come in the last 4 game weeks.
Yeah,
he's on current fire at the moment. Ever since new manager, Moyes, he has transformed Everton into an attacking force that is to be reckoned with, as well as keeping their defensive strain on the team. He's done business, and Beto as well, who didn't really play much minutes at all when Sean Dyche was there. I think Moyes does prefer playing better with 90 minutes, and we've seen the results. Goal against Man United, Crystal Palace, even Liverpool. Yeah, scored 2 against Leicester. So I would say, as a differential, Beto. He's got Brentford.
Yeah.
But after that, he's got Wolves and West Ham. Next 3 looking very good for him as a differential.
Yep.
Short term.
Dan, there's no one worth 7.2 if I transfer out Trossard, but I could do Mboma for a hit. Might just ride the double Arsenal attack for another week. I'm not keen on the double Arsenal attack, but yeah, it's up to you, Dan. Mboma, annoyingly, I don't have any Brentford, and that sort of my green arrow could have been a lot bigger if I had Mboma because he got 14 points.
Yeah, I think I would take the hit for Mboma, then keep double Arsenal attack because I feel like Mboma will score more points than double Arsenal.
And looking at Mbomo's fixtures, Everton at homes could be goals, couple of goals in that one. Villa, Bournemouth, they're not easy for Brentford. It's fair to say. Newcastle and Chelsea as well after that. But Mboma has shown that he does get goals. He's been sort of consistently getting goals. Wissa's getting goals. So, yeah.
Yeah, because that's 15 goals for Mboma.
15 Premier League goals?
15 Premier League goals for Mboma, believe it or not.
Wow. I didn't know that, to be fair.
And I think with Wissa, that was his 11th goal. So, yeah, that's the top goal scorers for Brentford.
That's crazy.
Never would think about it, considering players in Brentford. But, yeah, they both scored 10-plus goals between them. Which, at the ownership they're at, I'm very surprised, because Wissa is only 13% owned. Burmo sort of is more template at 38, but there's still a lot of ownership there, which doesn't account for having Burmo in the team. I think a lot of people did take out Burmo when the period of 21 and 22 when Man City and Liverpool, he did in fact blank in between those fixtures, and a lot of people took him out because of the frustration of that. Let's take a few more comments there. Yeah, obviously Ezra. Beto sounds good, thanks. And Dye, need to transfer him out. Yeah, obviously Dye is out injured and doesn't look like he's return anytime soon. So it looks like Beto is, I suppose, favourably is the main man for Everton to get the goals at the moment. And the size and the power of him is working really well in terms of that. Robin could be Evan Nielsen. I think he's back for Bournemouth as a differential. Yeah, absolutely as well. Bournemouth have been scoring a lot of goals, and yeah, they want to get back, still continue that run of goals and keep winning. And Evan Nielsen could be the game changer. Yeah, I think he will be on penalties too. Yeah, if he is back also. And Ezra, should I be concerned about Autora then? Well, I mean, personally, for me, if I had Bournemouth assets, I'd only keep really one if you have Clive at 2, because the game you really wanted him to have him for was the Southampton one, where he did pay off with the goal. But I don't think I would be keeping Utara for a long-term run personally. I think when he has a nice fixture like a Southampton or Leicester, one like that, then yeah, you could possibly win for. But as a long-term pick, not favourable for me. I think you can just get away with Clivert and maybe a Bournemouth defender instead. I've been desperate to bring in Mateta for weeks, but just can't do it knowing he blanks in game week 29, save my free hit for later. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is why a suggestion of bringing in Mateta is better, because he could continue his run of good form and then suddenly it could dry up for him by the time he doubles against Newcastle and Man City. So I think I would want to make up the points for him while I can before I miss the boat on it now. But I can sort of see why. If you don't want a free hit in 29 and save it for later, then yeah, the plan then is a bit different, because the strategy will be different for all our teams. But yeah, I feel for you not having Mateta, as I don't have him either, and it's painful to see him score every week, even though you want to bring him into your team every game week. Michael, I've done Rodgers to Bowen. I can't deal with such a fraud. Yeah, I mean, Rodgers had a slight dip, but also Aston Villa have, till they won the game 2-1. Not really been a fan of Rodgers in the past few game weeks. He's been really quiet. He got an assist in 21, and that was it. He hasn't scored or assist since then. So I can't understand why Rodgers might not be on anyone's list of priorities to obviously get rid of. So, yeah, I have been benching him, if I'm honest. Maybe keep him just in case, because I believe, well, he does blank in 29 as well, and he doesn't have a double. So, yeah, I suppose you can get rid of Rodgers, but it depends who you want to get him for around that price. And Michael says, what are your guys' plans for 29? Well,
free hit potentially. I think I might be free hitting. Not 100% yet, but that's what it's looking like. We'll have a video out on a free hit draft.
Yeah.
Obviously, Liverpool blank, Aston Villa blank, Crystal Palace blank. Who else? Sorry, let me have a look. So Villa, Palace, Liverpool, Newcastle, all blank. And at the moment, I've got Isak. I've got Trent and Salah. I've not got any Palace players, but you know you have Munoz, and I've got Rodgers and Watkins. So I will definitely, as of now, will need to free hit. What about you, Jordan? Are you on free hit as well, or?
Yeah, I'll be in the same boat. I think there'll be too many transfers to take out before blank game week 29, and I don't think I really want to take hits and use a lot of transfers to remove the players before the blank happens. So I am in free hit territory.
Is Dango a minutes risk? We'll see. I'm not sure personally. I think Dango has been a great threat, so I'll be surprised if they just take him out of the team now. Hey lads, bring in Bowen for Minter or to bench Wood, or start Wood over Minter. I'll start Wood against Arsenal, I think.
Yeah, they got a big result Brighton this week, but it was against Southampton. I'm not too big on Brighton assets because one week it can be Minter, another week could be Mitoma, and another week could be João Pedro. Not really clear on who will score for Brighton, and I'd rather start Wood over Minter for sure.
Gone early on my transfer for next week. Bought in Cunha for Pedro. Pedro has been so frustrating. I benched him this week because I thought he wouldn't start, and he goes and scores. Obviously, yeah. It's that's why I'm trying to avoid Pedro for now. What do you think about Matoma? Jordan's sort of answered that one. Who would you bench out of Isak and Kluivert? Isak has Liverpool. Kluivert has Wolves. Sorry, not Wolves. Who's Kluivert? Brighton, yeah. I still probably will play Isak, but I don't know what you think.
Yeah, Isak's a hard player to bench, especially not a Forest one. I didn't expect him to score 2 in that game.
And even if it is Liverpool, I mean, he's already scored once against Liverpool in the other fixture.
Yeah, and all he needs is a penalty as well. Like he got one against Nottingham Forest. Even that, you could just get a goal from that, and that's it. Your week's ruined because Isak is highly owned. He's not a player you want to really bench.
I think I can field 11 players for free in 29 while benching Salah, Trent, and Isak. Fair enough. I've got rid of. I'll have to get rid of the 2 Aston Villa guys I have as well. But yeah, start Wood or Gakpo. Obviously, Gakpo did come on. He missed the last 2 games through injury. He came on the 70th minute, I think. I would start. Who's Chris Wood got Arsenal and Gakpo's got Newcastle? That's a tough one. I'd start both personally. Surely you got 3-5-2 and start both. But I'd probably go Wood, but it's a tough one. I think Gakpo could do well. Come back into the team now. Charis, hey guys, I'm in such a good mood. I've hit 100 points for 3 weeks in a row. That's brilliant. I mean, even if you hit it once this season, it's quite good feeling. But 3 in a row, let us know your rank, Charis. And just to answer this one quickly, Salah.
Yeah, Salah.
That's about it. 8 Nuri in for Castagna. Wolves look good and have a great fixture in blank 29. 8 Nuri in. Wolves. Who do Wolves play in 29? I'm just having a look. Southampton away, yeah. And they've got good fixtures outside of that. So yeah, I don't mind 8 Nuri, to be fair. Could get, obviously, he's had a few attacking returns early on the season. Recently sort of dropped off in terms of goals and assists, but could be good. I think Wolves' fixtures for the next 5 look nice, and I could be tempted myself with Acuna. Who would you start out of Dango or Kluivert? Probably Kluivert.
Yeah, it'd have to be Kluivert, I think. I think I would probably get rid of Dango and keep this Kluivert now.
I'm going to captain Palmer. Says fast air. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Best fixture on paper, you'd say Southampton.
I mean, yeah, Palmer probably will score in that game. The way Southampton concede goals, it wouldn't be a surprise if Palmer scores. It just depends on what Salah does in the same week. Because we saw with my captain Wissa, scored a goal, and I think got an assist. And there's Salah getting the goal and assist and the bonus, but obviously he's a midfielder, so he gets more points. So he can go one way or another. It depends who will score higher, I think, in terms of points, because you always expect Salah to score. It just depends how many points he gets for it.
Yeah, nice. Fair enough. If you plan on free hitting in 29, how do you plan on getting through to 34? Just with transfers, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of rolling, I think, Michael, between that period. Because after the free hit, obviously your team originates back to what it was, and I don't think there'd be much change needed to it, as there would be no more blanks apart from 34 coming up from between that. So there'd be a lot of rolling, and we can roll up to 5 now. So ideally, you can save 5 free transfers in that window before getting to 34, if you haven't had issues with your team during that period. But in worst case, you might take it.
Yeah, Salah will still do good, is the worry. Need a mega haul from Palmer. I just don't see a mega haul for Chelsea right now. The way they're playing, it's hard to back against Salah in this form. So I'm just going to play it safe and go Salah. But fair play if you do want to take a punt on Palmer. He's got a nice fixture on paper.
Yeah, I think it's come to the problem of we have to keep captaining Salah until something, I don't know, absurd happens, or and we just have to work around him, the 10 players around him. See,
and do the other players different. Keep Salah.
Just try and get a differential around Salah. I think that's the only really realistic way of doing it now, instead of choosing a different captain. Because
there will be chances to go different. I still think.
Yeah, like 29 where Salah will blank.
Yeah,
free range of captaincy. Then it's just little opportunities like that.
Let's just have a quick look. Who's the best captain shout in 29? So Arsenal play Chelsea, so that's not great. Bournemouth play Brentford. Man United play Leicester in the blank. Man United arguably have one of the best fixtures. Nottingham Forest play Ipswich, so you can go Chris Wood against Ipswich. Southampton play Wolves. I think that's going to be quite a swingy week. You can captain Cunha against Southampton. You can captain Chris Wood against Ipswich. You can captain Bruno, etc. against Leicester. Beto against West Ham. Yeah, I mean, if Haaland comes back, Haaland has Brighton at home. I mean, who are you thinking? It's very early, but you've seen the fixtures. It's quite interesting. Arsenal play Chelsea, obviously.
I think for me, it's between Woods and maybe Cunha.
Yeah, that's what Robin is saying.
Yeah, that's
a couple of Cunha shouts in the chat. Dan as well got to be Cunha.
Yeah, I think that's the only appealing ones by those fixtures that I'll be potentially looking at.
Yeah, looking at it very early. Let me have a look again. If I had Bruno, I think Bruno against Leicester is a good shout. I know it won't be a popular pick, but if you're on a free hit, which a lot of it will be, I don't hate Bruno captain. Just saying early on. I'll see how Man United get on. I still think Bruno could be a good captaincy. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah. Wood as well. I like Wood against Ipswich. Probably will be Wood favourite. But I just think Bruno has a ceiling, potentially maybe goal and an assist, plus bonus, plus maybe clean sheet point. Who knows? Yeah,
on the good
so probably Forest and Cunha. But I don't hate United differential. If you're looking to go different, Jordan, chasing, backing against Cunha and Wood with the Man United asset.
Yeah, Man United asset on a good day, can perform. It's just knowing when that good day will be for Man United. It's hard to see that with the games that they've had. But I like this shout from Roman because I've been keeping an eye on this player.
Yep.
And this is a player that will play in 29. That's Marmoush. Now, today against Liverpool, he did score, but it was offside. And he's had quite a few offside goals recently.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually.
So he's potentially a rising differential star you could possibly go different with in 29 and avoid the other options.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Marmoush played up front today against Liverpool. Didn't really have much in the involvement. Obviously, he scored the goal. Outside of that, not as much. But if Haaland's back, we could even go Haaland. Charis also with a comment. Foden as an option. Evening lads, 100 points this week. After all that talk I gave you about Arteta and Arsenal, I switched slot to Arteta. Can't complain much as I'm 176k. Fair enough, man. Yeah, Tendai did say to go to Arteta, wasn't it? And Arsenal, we wasn't convinced, to be fair, on Arsenal.
No. I mean, watching them against Leicester looked just about over the line, and then obviously West Ham, clear winners.
Even if you aren't going to free hit in 29, you might wildcard in 30, so you can gamble with the likes of Bruno. Yeah. I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. We've just done an hour on the stream. We're going to be back again. Probably now Tuesday, because it's such a short turnaround. There's not going to be no stream, unfortunately. But we are going to deadline stream on Tuesday. I'm just going to have a look. What time is the deadline? Also, for those that didn't know, the deadline lasted for like another 20 minutes after the deadline went for 26. So that's what was interesting. But it's a 6 o'clock deadline this time around. So, 6 o'clock deadline. Normally it's 6:30. So I'm going to miss the first half an hour. Then Jordan, if you take it, so you'll take the last. I'll join half an hour in, so I'll join around 5:30, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, quick turnaround, a lot of football to come. Big week as well, I think, in terms of fixtures. Some tasty ones. I should be having a look. I think the best fixture, I think Liverpool, Newcastle. I think Tottenham, Man City going to be good. Nottingham Forest, Arsenal. Good games. So yeah, we'll look forward to Wednesday for all the fixtures. And yeah, and it concludes on Thursday, West Ham, Leicester, the single game on Thursday. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you for everyone for watching. If you haven't already, guys, please hit the like button. It just helps support the channel. Drop a comment as well. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, quick turnaround, obviously 3-day gap. Can't fit much in, but yeah, deadline stream going to be interesting on the Tuesday night. But yeah, take care, guys. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you Tuesday for the deadline.